Right, so Implacable. I think a lot of you would agree with me if I said Implacable is underwhelming. It's not bad, but it's underwhelming for sure. Reason I say that is because it's not really much of an upgrade from Furious. You have 2 more bombs per drop, the same pen, slightly more damage and plane speed, but worse HP, yes, worse HP than tier 5 planes. The same deck size at 12 per plane type, and much worse restoration time. Actually looking at it right now, Implacable's restoration time is about 20 seconds worse than every other tier 7 carrier. So you have the same deck size as Furious, but with planes that have less health and worse restoration time, all while facing stronger AA. Very interesting. Onto the torpedo bombers, you have the same painful torpedo speed as Furious, while only still having 2 torpedoes per drop. You get 8 plane squadrons instead of 6, but this is more of an annoyance to be honest. You don't want to go charging in with an 8 plane squadron and potentially lose the majority of your flight deck, so pre-dropping is a must most of the time. Implacable is still fast, even with the armoured deck, which is nice, hitting around 32 knot speed. Talking of the armoured deck, it doesn't really do much. I guess it protects you from HE bombs quite nicely, but from what I've seen, the armoured deck just arms Parsifal's AP bombs. Surface ships will most likely avoid the armoured deck and punch right through the side and hit this stepped citadel. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be relying on armour in a CV anyway. If you're getting shot at in a CV, you've already misplayed, especially with the speed Implacable has. I should mention that Implacable's AA isn't anything special either. So yeah, the aim of the game is to just try your hardest to stay relevant by conserving planes, and of course set those permafires. Thing is though, to actually consistently set permafires, you need to commit full squadrons so you can drop them once, set a fire, wait for them to damage con, then come back around with the rest of the squadron, and set another fire. You could get away with that in Furious, but since you're facing better AA with less plane health, you're going to lose a lot of planes you can't afford to throw away. A lot of the time I find myself scavenging and waiting for battleships with damage con due to my team's HE, then swoop in to set a permafire. This would be made a lot easier if there was a zoom in button for planes, just saying wargaming. I'm still firmly in the removal of evasive maneuvers camp as well. Remove EM and restore the planes to smaller and more individually tanky squadrons so the tier 7 carriers don't feel like downgrades compared to the tier 5 ones in a lot of ways. I really do feel like Implacable deserves a 3 plane attack size also, either with the bombers to make it special compared to Furious, or torpedo bombers to give players a better chance at fending off destroyers. And come on now, a 24 plane deck size at tier 7 isn't good enough. Let's bump that up to 30, and if not, just lower that restoration time. Alright, that's all I've got for you. Are the Royal Navy carriers too strong, too weak, or are they just right? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that said,